Hello, fellow ambitionists, and welcome to Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, the podcast. I'm your host, and this is where we turn your ambitions into actionable plans through proven strategies, personalized goal roadmaps, and a focus on progress. I'll guide you in breaking down big goals into milestones you can achieve. Each episode delivers practical tools to help you stay on track and make real progress towards your goals. Ready to start accomplishing? Let's dive in. Hello, fellow ambitionists. Today we are talking about how action planning differs from goal setting. Okay? Yesterday we talked about mastering action planning, but I realized afterwards that some of you may be wondering what's the difference between goal setting and action planning. So today we are going to talk about that. If this is your first time here, hello, welcome. The voice you hear is that of Desiree Stapleton, moi. I am the owner and founder of Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, the program. Goal Accomplishment Made Easy is a podcast, it's a blog, it's a program. Okay. I am a Harvard certified business strategist. I am a fractional COO and I am a project manager. And so I use those three skill sets, project management, operations, and business strategy, to help you guys hit your goals. Okay. In Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, I provide you guys with an action plan, with a personalized goal roadmap based on the goal or ambition that you send to me. Right? So when you join the program, you share your goal with me or your ambition. And what I do is create a personalized goal roadmap or action plan, which is basically me breaking down your goal into actionable steps with timelines and milestones and specific tasks. Okay. And then we adjust that as life happens. So that way you can still get that ongoing support to keep you on track and moving towards success. So what that looks like is me providing you with your action plan and sending you off into the world to implement. You come back in 2 weeks, you let me know what worked, what didn't work, what you did do, what you didn't do, and we tweak the strategy. Then you get sent back out into the world. 2 weeks to implement. And then you come back and we repeat that process again and again until you accomplish your goal. And once we accomplish that goal, we move on to the next. Okay? So, I want to get down to business. I am very much so, if this is your first time here, you'll learn that I'm very much so focused on execution. Because everyone has plans for the most part. Everyone has an idea of what they want to do. Everyone has some kind of like vision of what they want, but they struggle with the execution. So you won't hear me talk a lot about goal setting. You'll hear me talk more so about goal accomplishment. You'll hear me talk about strategic planning, these things, the execution, the making it happen. Okay? You can have a plan all day, but you need to be able to execute on it. So let's dig in here and talk about how action planning differs from goal setting. Okay? So while goal setting and action planning are actually like really closely related, they are distinct steps in the journey towards achieving success. Okay? For both of them, like each of them play a critical role in personal and professional development, and they serve a unique purpose. Okay, so understanding the differences and how they complement each other can significantly enhance your ability to accomplish what you set out to do. So let's talk about what goal setting is first. So goal setting is the process of identifying what you want to achieve and defining the desired outcomes, right? It focuses on the what and the why of your aspirations, providing clarity and motivation. So, here are some key characteristics of goal setting, okay? Big picture thinking, which establishes your overarching objectives, right? Inspired, like it's inspiration oriented. It's a broad focus. When I say inspiration oriented, I mean it focuses on the reasons behind your ambitions. And broad focus meaning it defines outcomes but doesn't outline the steps, right? So, like, an example would be, this is the goal: to run a marathon in 6 months, right? Goal setting sets the destination, but it does not map out the journey. Got it? So, now, what is action planning? Action planning is about defining the how, breaking a goal into smaller, actionable tasks, scheduling these tasks, and assigning resources. It focuses on the detailed process of achieving the goal. So, here are some key characteristics of action planning: it's process oriented, it's detailed, structured, and it's implementation focused. Remember, goal setting is big picture thinking, inspiration oriented, and broad focus. Action planning is process oriented, detailed structure, and implementation focused. So when I say process oriented, I mean it concentrates on the steps to reach a goal. Detailed structure, it includes timelines, resources, and strategies. Implementation focused, it turns goals into manageable, actionable steps, right? So here's an example. Here's an action plan for running a marathon, because everyone's heard of the run a marathon example. Weeks 1 through 4, using that example, we're going to run 3 miles, 4 days a week. Weeks 5 through 8, we're going to increase mileage by 1 mile per week. Weeks 9 through 12, we're going to add strength training twice a week. You get it? Like, action planning transforms the goal into specific, actionable steps that lead to achievement. If you are someone who is big picture thinking, what you need on your team is someone who is what you would call the details person, the person that gets into the weeds, the person that you feel like overthinks everything. That person is an analyst. That person figures out how to do the things. This is the details. These are the details that are required for us to be able to make the vision that you have in your mind come to fruition. Okay? So, let's talk about some key differences between goal setting and action planning. These are the aspects that we're going to talk about: focus, scope, purpose, time frame, structure, and measurement. Okay? Let's start with focus. In goal setting, the focus is on the what and why of your ambition. In action planning, the focus is on the how of achieving your ambition or your goal. Scope. The scope of goal setting is broad and long-term perspective. The scope for action planning is specific with short-term tasks and strategies. Purpose. The purpose in goal setting is to define your desired outcome. The purpose with action planning is to provide a roadmap to achieve those outcomes. Time frame. With goal setting, the time frame is general and can be flexible. The time frame for action planning is detailed and includes specific deadlines. Structure. For goal setting, it is abstract and high level. For action planning, it is concrete and detailed. Measurement. For goal setting, it tracks success upon completion. For action planning, it monitors progress through milestones. And if you're like, wow, I'm getting a lot of information right now, this is a blog post and I will link it into the description. Don't worry about remembering all of this right now. Okay? So, we've talked about the differences. Let's talk about how goal setting and action planning work together. Okay? PB&J, you got to have them both. So, although they are distinct, goal setting and action planning are interdependent, right? Just like any good relationship. Without a clear goal, action planning lacks direction. Without a plan, even the best goals remain unfulfilled aspirations. The yin to the yang. So, these are some steps to combine them effectively. Okay? Set SMART goals. This is a goal that is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Also, add to that what tools and resources you need to hit this goal and what support you need to hit this goal. Okay? Step 2, break down the goal, which means dividing it into smaller tasks so that it can be completed incrementally. Step 3, developing an action plan, which means assigning timelines, resources, and accountability to each task. Then step 4, track and adjust, which means monitoring your progress and revising the plan as needed. So here's an example. This is what I did back in 2021, and my goal was to write a book within a year and have that book published, which I did, by the way, and it is now being sold by Walmart. So a little bit of credibility I have with what I'm saying here. So let's say your goal is to write a book within a year. Here's the action plan. Months 1 through 3, outline chapters and write 10,000 words, depending on how big the book is. But you get what I'm saying. X amount of words, whatever is relevant for you. Months 4 through 6, write 20,000 words. And this is just an example, okay, depending on your specific needs. Months 7 through 9, edit and revise drafts. Months 10 through 12, submit for publishing or self-publish. You get the idea? So here's why both are essential for success. Goal setting provides clarity, motivation, and direction, i.e., it defines what success looks like. It keeps you inspired, and it ensures your efforts align with your priorities. Action planning provides structure, accountability, and flexibility, i.e., it organizes tasks for efficiency. It tracks progress and deadlines, and adapts to challenges and changes. So here are some common pitfalls to avoid before we wrap up here. 1, setting goals without a plan. 2, over-planning without action. 3, ignoring progress checks. And 4, unrealistic expectations. i.e., setting goals without a plan is going to lead to frustration and stagnation. Over-planning without action is going to lead in analysis paralysis. Ignoring progress checks is going to allow for distractions to derail your efforts. And unrealistic expectations are going to set unattainable goals or overly ambitious plans, which is going to lead you with no goals being accomplished. And I know that the word unrealistic has very negative connotations, and usually what is defined as unrealistic is something that is told to you externally. We're not talking about them. We're not talking about people who've told you that something seems unrealistic. We don't have that kind of influence in our lives right now. You define what is realistic for you based on your current resources or resources that you will soon acquire, capacity that you will soon acquire, knowledge, know-how, all that good stuff. You may not have what you need now, but based on your capacity to get those things and the work that you're putting in day by day to get to where you want to go, gauge your level of realisticness based on that, not based on people who are looking at what you are trying to accomplish and telling you, what are the odds of you being the next blah, blah, blah? What are the chances of you being able to blah, blah, blah? If it was that easy, then everybody would blah, blah, blah. Don't nobody care nothing about that. Don't listen to those people, because people are doing it. And so that's your proof that it can be done. Don't worry about the people who haven't done it. Don't take advice from people who haven't done it. Don't let people who haven't done it dissuade you from going for it, because they haven't done it. So they get no say-so. They have not done it. Okay? In one ear, out the other. Why? Because they haven't done it. Okay. So here's my conclusion. Goal setting and action planning are two sides of the same coin. Okay? Together, they provide the vision and the steps needed to achieve your ambitions. So, by defining clear goals and crafting a thoughtful action plan, you can stay motivated, organized, and on track to reach all of your goals, accomplish all the dreams. So here's my question to you. If you are on the blog right now, or if you are listening to the podcast on YouTube, and I think even with Spotify, they have like a place for comments. What is one goal that you are working towards? Share it. Share your goal and your action plan in the comments below. And let's build a roadmap to success together. If you are someone who's like, okay, you've told me what to do, but I'm struggling on the how, the execution, that's what Goal Accomplishment Made Easy is for. Anything that I tell you to do and you're like, okay, but how? That's what Goal Accomplishment Made Easy is for. The purpose of me doing these blog posts and these podcast episodes is for those of you who can DIY. Okay? I don't believe in gatekeeping information. Okay? Harriet Tubman definitely said, like her last words were definitely, I go to prepare a place for you. So I'm not gatekeeping. I'm going to tell you what you need to know to be able to succeed so that you can go out there and do the things, because ultimately that's going to make your community better. And one community at a time is how we make the world better. So, Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, the program, is there for you when you need it. Okay? When life is good, when life is uncertain, and when life is bad, I would recommend you be in that program for all of the seasons. When things are good, great. All you need is a quick check-in. When life is uncertain, it comes in handy. When life is bad, it comes even more handy. Okay? And what I'm hoping you do when life is good is prep you for when life gets uncertain or for when life gets bad. So that way you can still keep the same progress going, can still be set up to hit your goal by the time you want to hit it, even with some setbacks, even though you're not given the same level of 100%. 100% now when you're happy is different than your 100% when you're struggling, because even doing one little thing, you gave it what you had, and that's 100%. So what you have, your different levels of what you can offer differ based on the season of life you're in. And so I help you not have all your dreams halt because life is lifing, okay? I help you still be able to stay on track. Not push you through the pain, no. But when life is good, helping you set yourself up for when life isn't so good. That's what it's about. So, I will see you tomorrow. Talk soon, love. Thanks for tuning in to Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, the podcast. Stay committed. Keep taking those small daily steps and watch your goals turn to reality. For more resources and personalized support, visit goalaccomplishmentmadeeasy.com, and we'll see you in the next episode.